has been uploaded for consumption of members.
No.
So,
is Annex 1 uploaded?
Yeah, it's uploaded.
Okay. So Annex 1 is uploaded? Is that Annex 1 Honorable Mtafiti? Honorable Minister, can I give you 5-10 minutes? Okay. So is it the same? Is that Annex 1?
Mr. Speaker, I want us to go to the figures.
Annex 1 is even on the screen.
Annex 1 is on the screen. You go to UMRA, Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. And you go to reallocation. Sorry?
No. In fact, Honorable Minister, I wanted to ask Honorable, so which one is different? What's different? Because we have Annex 1 that we have.
You go to total budget for transfer, 2.55 for the one which is bracketed. Go to 9.363, go to 1.4. You add them, they will give you 13.33. Sorry? 2.55 plus 9.363 plus 1.415 will give you 13.33. This is what we are proposing.
But for you, documents are here. Okay? The figures are the same. I just want for the comfort of my brother, I want him to confirm that indeed the figures are the same. Honorable Mara?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I think what the Minister has laid is very, very simple. This Parliament appropriated money to this agency during the budget consideration process, and the work plans were clearly presented. So what the Minister is doing is basically transferring the remedial amount of money from those entities to the line ministry. And so we don't have to take into account the work plans and so forth. It's just basically moving those block figures, and the work plans are already embedded within the relevant ministry.
Honorable Minister, you didn't answer the issue of work plan. Which Honorable asked?
Mr. Speaker, the motion is seeking to transfer funds together with the work plan as had already been approved at appropriation by Parliament.
Thank you. Honorable Test
Right Honorable Speaker, in line with what is being discussed, I propose that I move under Rule 16, 5, Rule 16 and Rule 591, suspend Rule 153.5 of the Rules of Procedure to enable the process as the Minister has presented to go ahead and we consider the reallocation and revision of the work plan.
Yeah. Honorable, that is, let it come after you have moved the motion. Okay?
Oh, you have moved the motion.
Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We really just want to know where the money for higher loan financing board is put in all of this. Because these years we are studying on loan. And they were paying during all that time. And it's going to the Ministry of Education. But whether we are aware, since they are applying for university vacancy.
Honourable Minister.
So could we know where the higher loan financing body money is before it disappears in the saucepan of your government?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this saucepan of government is highly traceable. There is nothing which can disappear from the saucepan. So I want to allay your fears. The money for the loan scheme is in the Ministry of Education board.
Mr. Speaker, sir, this was one of the entities that were rationalized. Actually, for us as a Committee of Education, we had refused, all of us. My chair can bear witness is there. So when you are bringing this motion, we must see also that money, how it is moving from the board to Minister of Education. Because Honourable Minister, Mr. Speaker, these students were studying on a loan basis. And after qualifying, government, the Higher Loan Financing Board, was collecting funds from them and was going to be revolving on those who are borrowing. So when you give all these entities, you should also show us the money for Higher Loan Financing Board. And when I talked about your saucepan, I was talking about safety. Be careful with that. That saucepan I'm talking about is the safety. So can you say that's where that money is in all the transfers you are making? It cannot come in abstract.
But Honourable Seungu, please. Supplementary is specific. It's specific, you cannot bring other matters. The minister, even if this money is not there, he cannot amend the schedule. Include it. Listen, he cannot amend this schedule now to include it. To get it honorable. So it's very specific. No, a supplementary is specific when you're handling the budget item. So where you cannot get a remedy, how do you proceed? Because now we would say the remedy we get out of what you're raising, Honorable Seungu, and which is a very strong concern which I share with you. Okay? We would say, Honorable, please amend the schedule, include this money for ABC. So, Honorable Minister, can we be assured that student loan scheme is going to go on? Let us first get sorry for the minister.
Mr. Speaker, the student loan scheme is going to go on, and we shall continue financing it under Ministry of Education and Sport.
Thank you. So when we go in the budgeting process, let's look at that. Honorable, you conclude now. We have to move.
Mr. Speaker, I don't think the minister has answered the questions I asked to the farmer. If you look at the money, the total transfer, the total balance for the transfers he's talking about, it's 13 billion. But again, if you go to the total reallocation now, what we are supposed to reallocate, the figures are less. Yeah, they are here. The totals are less. That's why if you took some time and listen to the speaker and these things are reconciled somewhere first, I suspect it would be.
Let him clarify to you here.
It would be good. But key is also, you are not showing, you have shown votes from which money is originating. You are not showing the vote to which it is going. So you want to be left with the opportunity to play somewhere. But you see,
but honorable, we shall surprise somewhere. We must surprise somewhere. So, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. My colleague Honorable Lee should not get worried. We are going to surprise, and I will read every number. You record every vote where money is going, and you read the amount. And to the total, to the amount I have just stated as 13.33. So you shouldn't get worried, Honorable Lee.
Thank you.
Our numbers are accurate.
Honorable colleagues, I put the question that the motion for resolution of Parliament authorize the reallocation of budget estimates for financial 2024-2025 and the vision of work plan for institutions affected under rationalization of government agencies and public expenditures tax reform under the BAT 3B adopted. Those in favor say to the contrary. The ayes has it. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Next,
item number 6 on the order paper. Motion for the House to resolve itself into a committee of supply to consider submitted schedule number 4 for financial year 2024-2025.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move a motion for the House to resolve itself into a committee of supply to consider a supplementary schedule number 4 for financial year 2024-2025. I beg to move.
Is the motion seconded? Honorable Medini, Honorable Uma, Honorable Mara, Honorable Ryonga. Thank you, and many members. Thank you. Now, Honorable colleagues, why I was asking this question, it was very simple. Yesterday I informed you that if the committee is not able to process, because this is money needed for this quarter, they have released it for other quarters, now they need to go on operations for this quarter, where we took the agency. So I told you that if not, then would be able. But honorable, there is no figure we shall approve here until we look at it. Okay, that one I can give it to you. Any figure we read at the committee stage, the minister, I will be around you for every figure. Even when you don't stand up, I will call you, so that you confirm for us that the figure is the figure. Honorable John.
Right, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, under this motion for the House to resolve itself through the Committee of Supply, as the Honorable Minister has raised it, I want to move under Rule 15, 59(1), suspend Rule 153(5) of the Rules of Procedure to allow us move on with this exercise for purposes of ensuring that what Parliament had done already is formalized. I beg to move.
Thank you. Is the motion seconded? Yeah, Honorable Mouma, Honorable Medini, Honorable Gabriel. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, I want to put a question that Rule 153(5) be suspended as proposed. Those in favor say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable colleagues, in the public gathering this afternoon, we have students and teachers of Kingdom High School from Busiro County East, Wakiso. They are represented in Parliament by Honorable Segon Ahmed and Honorable Nabi Madeti. They've come to observe proceedings of this House. Please join me in welcoming them. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, I put the question that the motion for the House to resolve itself into a committee of supply to consider supplementary schedule number 4 for financial 2024-2025 be adopted. Those in favor say aye, to the contrary. The ayes have it.
Committee of Supply. Supplementary expenditure schedule number 4 for the financial year 2024-2025 recurrent expenditure. Vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
Thank you, colleagues. I want you to be attentive if you have an issue with the figure. Okay, before I put a question on it. I now propose, yes, anybody?
Chair, we're going into a very critical issue. I don't know if we have ascertained whether there is a quorum to process this issue.
Honorable, we have quorum.
If we have, you could tell us what the quorum is.
I now propose a question that the total sum of 2,243,000,000.
This is important.
918,691 shillings be provided to vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development as supplementary recurring expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. I now put the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 2,243,918,691 shillings be provided to vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, a supplementary recurrent expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Vote 169, Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board.
I now propose the question that a total sum of 9 billion of Uganda shillings 9 billion 389,233,330 shillings be provided to vote 169 Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board, a supplementary recurrent expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. I now put the question: a total sum of Uganda shillings 9,389,233,330 shillings be provided to vote 169 Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board, a supplementary recurrent expenditure for financial 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Supplementary expenditure schedule number 4 for the financial 2024-2025 development expenditure. Vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
I now propose the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 100 million shillings be provided to vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, a supplementary development expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. I now put the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 100 million be provided to vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, a supplementary development expenditure for financial 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Vote 169, Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board.
I now propose the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 241,605,000 shillings be provided to vote 169 Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board, a supplementary development expenditure for financial 2024-2025. I now put the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 241,605,000 shillings be provided to vote 169 Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board as supplementary development expenditure for financial 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Supplementary expenditure schedule number 4 for the financial year 2024-2025 statutory expenditure. Vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
I now propose that a total sum of Uganda shillings 210,425,000 shillings be provided to vote 008, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, a supplementary statutory recurrent expenditure for financial 2024-2025. I now put the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 210,425,000 be provided to vote 008, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, a supplementary statutory recurrent expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye. Everybody.
Now, I have noticed that we are supplying money without a source. the total transfer we had from the reallocation we did earlier on was 13 billion 333 million 586 780. If we now go to the monies we are supplying, the minister should tell us where he got an excess of 2 billion 554 million 343,691. Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the source is where money is coming from. We are moving money from the votes which have been rationalized, taking it to entities where the functions have gone. And the total from what you are reading, it will give us a total of 13 billion 333 million 586,777. I submit.
Those in favor say aye to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Vote 169, Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board.
I now propose a question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 1,148,404,756 be provided to vote 169 Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board as supplementary statutory recurrent expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. I now put the question that the total sum of Uganda shillings 1,148,404,756 shillings be provided to vote 169 Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board as supplementary statutory recurrent expenditure for financial 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Supplementary expenditure schedule number 4 for financial year 2024-2025, total recurrent expenditure.
I now propose the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 11 billion 633 million 152,021 shillings be provided as total supplementary recurrent expenditure for financial 2024-2025. I now put the question that the total sum of Uganda shillings 11 billion 633 million 152,021 be provided as total supplementary recurrent expenditure for financial 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Supplementary expenditure schedule number 4 for financial year 2024-2025, total development expenditure.
I now propose the question that a total sum of Uganda shillings 341,605,000 be provided as total supplementary development expenditure for financial 2024-2025. I now put the question that the total sum of Uganda shillings 341,605,000 be provided as total supplementary development expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. With those in favor say aye and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Supplementary expenditure schedule number 4 for the financial year 2024-2025, total statutory expenditure.
I now propose a question that the total sum of 1,358,829,756 be provided as total supplementary statutory expenditure for financial 2024-2025. I now put the question that the total sum of Uganda shillings 1,358,829,756 be provided as total supplementary statutory expenditure for financial year 2024-2025. Will those in favor say aye and to the contrary nay? The ayes have it.
Supplementary expenditure schedule number 4 for the financial 2024-2025 grand total.
I propose a question that a grand total sum of Uganda shillings 13 billion 333 million 586,777 be provided to the various votes as supplementary recurring development and statutory expenditure for financial 2024-2025. Honorable colleagues, I now put the question that the total sum of Uganda shillings 13 billion 333 million 586,777 be provided as the total supplementary recurrent development and statutory expenditure for financial 2024-2025. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for the House to review.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Chair, I beg to move a motion that the House do resume and the Committee of Supply report thereto.
Honorable colleagues, I put the question that the House does resume and the Committee of Supply reports thereto. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Report from the Committee of Supply.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of Supply has considered the supplementary schedule number 4 amounting to Uganda shillings 13 billion 333 million 586,777 shillings and passed it.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of Supply.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move a motion that the report from the Committee of Supply be adopted.
Honorable colleagues, I put the question that the report of the Committee of Supply be adopted by the House. Those in favor say aye, to the contrary nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Honorable Minister, Honorable colleagues, for understanding, because really these are issues where we have to look into the situation and we understand. So, Honorable Minister, do you want to make any comment?
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. I wish to comfort Honorable Sewungu that the monies under the loan scheme is in the Ministry of Education. The entity was existing under Ministry of Education, and there was no need to move funds. The funds remained in vote 013. There was no need to move it. So that's why we are not coming here with a motion that has the loan scheme. Thank you.
Thank you. Procedure, Mr. Procedure from Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Through you, Right Honorable Speaker, I wanted to ask the Honorable Minister of Finance. Today we made a relocation for the entities under APEC. Would you also give us a final revised budget after APEC, and possibly with the figure of the savings that we could have made after the rationalization? Because you had promised that you're going to you are told that you're going to have a saving of almost $1 trillion plus. Would we be informed after the rationalization how much we saved, and possibly the savings can also be, the information on how much was saved per entity can be brought to us to understand. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister, wait for Rob to add on.
Right, Honourable, after this sitting, I'll look for Honourable Enos to shake his hand. It's one of those days that is right on the mark. That's the comment I had thought to make, twofold, because we said let's rationalize such that we save government money. We are now reallocating the same figures, so I thought it would be helpful to understand what happened along the way. But also, right, Honourable, now that we have the money that had been meant for these entities has been moved now to the mother ministry, I hope we are not going to have issues arising of salaries not being paid. They told us people are going to get job contracts. Many of them are reaching out to us and they're saying that's what's happening. So this money, what is it going to cater for? Especially when there are still these concerns.
Thank you. And really, Rob, that's the point. I didn't want Parliament to be indicted that you have not moved the money. You know, we are stuck. We've done our part. Now, executive, also, I'm very sure you're going to do your part because we've enabled you. Please.
I also wanted to let the country know that we would have wished this thing was done in a much better way. But there are people who chose that we should use shortcuts so that all these questions which are emerging cannot be asked. And we're only praying that this money will be used properly and help us achieve the objectives of rationalization. There is a lot of mismanagement spearheaded or supervised by Minister of Finance. The country continues to incur arrears. We borrow money, the money does not help. So everything is going wrong. And the way things go wrong is through this kind of shortcut. You don't know what the intent was, but it has been done. I thank you.
Thank you. Now, Honourable colleague, you provided for rules to handle emergency situations. Okay? So, you amend your rules. Presiding officers, we have the duty to ensure that we play within the rules. These are rules that are provided for to address emergency situations. Other entities have already received money for their quota, for fourth quarter. You here at Parliament, you have been paid your salary. But now you're saying for us to enable someone to receive their salary is a shortcut. That's being selfish. Yeah, please. You can't accuse the house of shortcuts. That's unfair. We have people who need salary. We have received ours. So we must enable them also to receive theirs. And our rules are ours. So to accuse colleagues here that it's a shortcut, I think that's being unfair. Okay? So, colleagues, the Minister for Justice is here, ready with a statement. Well, Honourable Minister, I wanted to clarify. Sorry.
Mr. Speaker, I know that there are a number of unanswered questions about the savings that will accrue to government as a result of rationalization. Mr. Speaker, from the financing side, we would prefer to report at the year end. That is when we can be able to say how much we have collected, how much we have spent, and whether there is a favorable variance or the unfavorable variance. I want to beg the indulgence of this House that after 30th of June, I report on the financial statement and we shall be able to analyze them and we will be able to tell whether we have saved or not.
Thank you. To the requirement of the law, there is a clear framework for reporting, Honorable Minister, follow that framework and report here, and we shall be able to look through. Now, before we go to this statement, the Honorable Secretary had a matter, and I know he informed me that the affected persons are in the gallery. We have been some elders whom I don't want to be here for long. So I will allow Honorable Secretary you raise that one matter, and then you go to the state.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity and for the guidance. Right Honorable Speaker, you guided that I formulate a question during Prime Minister's time, and I want to give facts, then I can raise the issues. One, Right Honorable Speaker, have 167 families that lost land to land grabbers purporting to be officials from National Forest Authority. Right Honorable Speaker, issue 2, or the other fact is that during eviction, 2 people were shot dead.
Honorable, you need to tell us which area is that. Attorney General is taking note. That's why we need those details.
Right Honorable Speaker, it is Yandwe Village and the Mbale Village in katika North County, Utuntumula Sub-County, Luweero District. 2 people were shot dead. 2 people are now lame because they were injured during the eviction, but they have also lost everything, including shelter, food, and everything. So I have 3 prayers. One, in the meantime, I want to ask the Ministry of the Prime Minister to provide some relief items for them as we investigate the matter on how these people lost land to NFA or land grabbers. 2, those that were damaged be compensated because police used a lot of brutality to evict them. 3, these people need back their land because part of the land doesn't form the forest reserve. Right Honorable Speaker, I mean part of the land where they were forcibly evicted. It is a fact that we have a forest reserve, but part of the land from which they were evicted doesn't form part of the reserve. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, as you see those people in the gallery, some of them are very old. They have not even had a chance to benefit from PDM money, and yoga, and Tandukwa, among so many programs that government is advocating for. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Minister for Environment, and then I request Attorney General.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My sympathies are with our people who lost life, as reported by the Honorable Member of Sekavira, and those who are injured. Right Honorable Speaker, is a sad incident, but from the submission of the Honorable Member, I would pray that we really get in touch and get the facts there and see what we can do in that circumstance, because we don't have the information right now and prove whether the place, the land is under NFA or not under NFA, as purported by the Honorable Member. Meanwhile, we connect and see how to help our people and follow the right procedure. So I pray that you allow us to get in touch. And colleagues, let me get in touch with you and get more details, and then we move forward.
Thank you. And Honorable, I will request you just have a minute with those people outside. Okay? Just outside. Okay? Yeah. When you're about to move or when you see them moving, okay, you and Honorable Secretary can go and meet them out.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the chance. Right Honorable Speaker, now that the Attorney General is also here, I had raised the matter on Tuesday, and you had promised that I will have a response today regarding the minimum mental requirement for students that are going to enroll for education
the new curriculum. Thank you very much.
Is that a matter for the Attorney General or Minister of Education? That's for the Minister of Education.
Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister for Education had said that they are trying to consult more from that Attorney General. I do not know why. But anyway, you had also said that we'll have a statement today.
Yeah, I've just done you a favor. I just did everything to accommodate you. Now you want to take all the time with it or time I have. Yes, I request you meet those people. Attorney General, did you need to add on anything? Okay. So I request Honorable Minister, then Honorable Sekabira. I can lend you my lounge. Okay, class. Sergeant, I've lent them my lounge here for just for 15 minutes. The minister talks to them. And you open a fridge for them. Thank you. Colleagues, I'm going to amend the order paper to accommodate the statement from the Minister of
The ministerial statement on the implementation of the Supreme Court ruling on fee and trials in the military court.
Honourable Minister for Justice.
Mr. Speaker, sir, this statement is long overdue, but we have always had it ready, waiting for your guidance. It is in two parts, starting with the status of the Uganda People's Defense Forces Amendment Bill. Because the Supreme Court ruling also made recommendations on the need to amend the law, and in addition, made a ruling on the need to transfer cases to civilian courts. The Uganda People's Defense Forces Amendment Bill has been drafted by the Directorate of the First Parliamentary Council and was forwarded to the Ministry of Defense and Veterans Affairs for scrutiny and comment. In the event that the Ministry of Defense and Veterans Affairs is satisfied with the content of the bill, they'll submit the bill to Cabinet for approval prior to its presentation in Parliament. It is important to note that the Uganda People's Defense Forces Amendment Bill 2024 was withdrawn by the Honorable Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs. The law has now been revised to take into consideration issues that were raised by the Supreme Court in the case of Attorney General versus Honorable Michael A. Kamazuguruka, Constitutional Appeal number 2 of 2021. The revised bill takes into consideration the structure of the court martial, persons subject to military law, exceptional circumstances under which a civilian may be subject to military law, arms and ammunition, which are the monopoly of the defense forces, and classified stores and appeals from the court martial to the civilian court. Part 2, the status on the number of cases received by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. You'll recall that via a letter dated 4th February 2025, the Honorable Attorney General, in his advice to, among others, the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Director of Public Prosecution, guided that A, the General Court Martial, in liaison with the prisons authorities, should provide a list of all criminal cases involving civilians pending before the General Court Martial for onward transmission to the court to determine the appropriate court to handle the matter. The General Court Martial should provide a list of all pending criminal cases involving members of the UPDF pending before the court martial that fall within the category of transfer for onward transmission to the court to determine the appropriate court to handle the matter, and C, the Director of Public Prosecution liaises with the General Court Martial and the UPDF leadership to take over conduct of the ongoing criminal trials that have been identified for transfer. Pursuant to the advice, the Uganda Prison Authority did submit a list of 423 cases as advised by the Honorable Attorney General with a letter dated 6 February 2025 of the prisoners remanded by the court martial. Further, we are in receipt of information that the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution has received 45 cases from the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs. The Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs is still preparing to submit other criminal cases to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution as advised, and we will, at the earliest, update this August House when this is done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Rob. Honorable Speaker, this statement has been long overdue. I am disappointed that this statement really does not capture the gist of what we were inquiring. Because, as the minister does concede in this statement, files were meant to be transferred to civilian courts. There's no update on that in this statement because the update there is that the Uganda Prisons Authority did submit a list of 423 cases. But there's no update on where these files submitted to the civilian court because that has been our question. So for Uganda Prisons to submit to whoever, whether it be to Ministry of Justice, whether it be to Ministry of Defense or to whoever and so on, that's a process which is not even a very big concern to us. The big concern to us is transferring these civilian cases, these files, to civilian courts. And Honorable Speaker, there is no mention of that in this statement. So it does not comfort us when the minister says, well, Uganda Prisons submitted a list of 423 cases as advised by the Attorney General. To where? Because what we want is these files are not us. It is the decision of the Supreme Court that these files get to be submitted to civilian courts. That's what we want to hear about, and it is not captured by this statement. If anything, this statement actually creates a precarious situation, which might be contradicting Article 92 of our country's constitution, which says Parliament cannot pass any law to alter the decisions of a court. So I don't know if that's the intention of the minister when he begins by telling us, well, we are working on the UPDF amendment bill. It's as if to say the concerns we are raising are going to be addressed by the bill which is going to be brought to Parliament. And that's very problematic. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to beseech you and insist that we get a proper update on the transfer of the civilian files to civilian courts. That's what we want to know about. Why has it taken long? When is it going to happen? This statement here is very insufficient, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Now I don't know what I will do because can I allow a few more? Then you first you want to answer this one quickly. Okay, first answer this.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the Right Honorable Leader of Opposition is a lawyer. These are criminal suspects. They have to be prosecuted by the government. I hope this Parliament is persuaded that the court martial are no longer going to be the one to try these people. I wish to state the challenges we are facing. A team of 7 was appointed to traverse various areas where the army courts are. Now, the structure of the court martial is the General Court Martial, which sits here in Martin. We have got the unit disciplinary committees that are in the front line. People who have been in the army, like the Honorable Sewongo, who was in the military police. No, clearly, because the military police is the one that arrests soldiers who have offended the law. So, apart from the unit disciplinary committee, we have got division court martial. And then we have the court martial appeal court. Some of these courts are in the field. Mr. Speaker, let me share some of the challenges that we have faced and which have been reported. There are cases that had been substantially had and the exhibits had been handed over. Now, that means the exhibits are already in the court. They have to be retrieved. Number two, for some of the cases, the exhibits were perishable. Number three, some of the offenses were committed outside Uganda, Mr. Speaker. Some of these offenses were committed in Somalia, in DRC, South Sudan, Equatorial Guinea. These are technical challenges that we are facing. My duty was to report that so far 45 cases are with the DPP. Now, to prosecute a case you have not investigated is a challenge, Mr. Speaker. Imagine those who investigated these cases was the army. Now the DPP has to take over these cases. It is not deliberately slow, but it has got to be thorough. Lastly, the 423 cases is for the information of members to know that the files that have been handled by the court martial and where people have been remanded in our prison services, number 423. We can even put that and juxtapose it with the overall information of the criminal justice system, Mr. Speaker. As of 12th January 2025, the criminal suspects that are undergoing trial in the whole of Uganda in 254 courts are 25,397. And criminal suspects on remand without trial are 12,893. This is for the information of Parliament. For the first time, Mr. Speaker, the number of those on remand is fewer than those on trial. This has not been the case. And we should give some credit to the court for their efforts to balance this. Now, as a proportion of the whole population of Uganda, for those who talk as if everybody in Uganda is in jail, because when people are talking, they talk as if like 20% of Ugandans are in prison. The people in prison in Uganda are about 38,000. Every society has bad eggs. And I want to promise, Mr. Speaker, that we shall be updating Parliament. But the allegation that we are deliberately moving slowly is an allegation that government denies.
Thank you. Now, Alop raised the issue of the information being insufficient. I've seen, Honorable Minister, you have more information in your head, but which you've not yet put on paper. So kindly go update this statement, give us more information. House adjourned, sign die.
Mm.